Right, so this is a quick substitution activity that we're doing. Given a is equal to 2, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to 3, substitute it into each of these to work out what it would be. You're welcome to use the calculator. Press pause and try it. All right, I'm going to go through the first question now. Let's move through it actually. So the first one over here, I've got a and b and c, and it's actually multiply in between there. So that's going to be 49 times 2 times 1 times 3. Whenever I substitute, it's really convenient to put a bracket wherever you substituted a number so you can see exactly if you replace the correct number or not. 49 times 2 gets me 98. 98 times 1 is 98. And 98 times 3 is 270 plus 24. So it should be 294. I'm going to double check it on the calculator. Times 2 times 1 times 3 gets you 294. The next one is 13. Remember, times a, so I'm not going to put times in now, I'll just put a bracket, and c is 3 squared, and you can put that directly in the calculator just like that. 13 bracket 2, it will times it automatically, it will multiply it automatically. Okay, and that's going to give you 234. The next one is 7 times 2 plus 25 times 1, which is 25, so that's 14 plus 25, easy one, right? 14 plus 25, which is going to be 39. And then we've got 54 pi times 2 squared minus 3 cubed. So 54 pi times 2 squared minus 3 cubed. Will come to 651.58. 651.58. No real centimeters or meters squared here. It's just values, right? Now, let's say I've got question 5, and question 5 says 4 over 3 pi a cubed. All right, get me the answer for that. Cool. So this one here, we're saying that we're going to have 4 over 3 times pi times a, which is 2 to the power of 3. Now, 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So that's 4 over 3 times pi, which is like pi over 1, times 2 to the power of 3, which is 8, which is 8 over 1. So that goes to 32 pi over 3. And that's easy to put in a calculator. You put 32 shift pi equals divided by 3 will come to 33.5. All right, well done, Daniel and Sophia. All right, you guys produced a lot of good answers there. And yeah, if you guys are getting the answers, maybe just send it through as soon as you get them. Okay, all right. So there you go, you calculated the volume of the sphere. Now, there is a certain chart where you calculate all of the volume of a cone, etc. Have you seen the chart? Volume and surface area chart. It looks something like this one over here. Or this one is also good. And you can see. Alrighty, sorry I was muted again. Why was I muted? Okay. So yeah, looking at this is surface area chart. All right, this is surface area formulas. So you get volume and surface areas, which you can possibly get into one big formula sheet. Now it's important to understand how to read these formulas. All right, these formulas are very important to understand because they help in many ways to alleviate, you don't have to remember them, right? So it makes it much easier. You don't have to remember them every single time. So there's the surface area and volume formula at the bottom of the screen. Now let's calculate the surface area and the volume using substitution. All right, so the surface area formula says it's going to be 4 times pi times the radius squared. So it's 4 times pi times 8 squared, which is 4 times pi times 64. And 64 times 4 is 240 plus 16. It's 256 pi. How many of you got 256 pi and obviously rounded it off after that? All right, well done. And if you put it correctly in the calculator, 256 pi, we're using 3.14 again, yeah? So the answers will be very similar, but it changes if you press the pi button. So 803.84 centimeters squared, because it's surface area, right? This is part of area. The volume is going to be given by 4 over 3 times pi times radius cubed, and the radius is 8. So that's 4 over 3 times pi times 8 cubed, which is 512, times it by 4, divided by 3, comes to 682.67. Multiply that by 3.14, gets me 2143. All right, double check me here. This is 2143.57. Let me know if you got a different answer for this one, and we can just go through it again. 2143.57. So over here now, we've got the surface area and volume of a pyramid. Okay, and you can see in the first answer over here, they've got BA. Now BA is your base area. It's this area at the bottom. That's given as 16 centimeters squared. Okay, now this is possibly a square base pyramid, which means that if this is 2 and this is 2, or let's say this is 4 and this is 4, then it'll become 16, right? So this is 4 and this is 4, then the base becomes 16, n times breadth. Then you got LA. LA is lateral sides, or all sides. Okay, they're saying that the lateral sides is going to be 60 centimeters for all sides, basically. LA is all the sides, lateral area, all sides. So to work out the surface area, we're saying that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case here, each of those would be, let's say, 15. And it would be 15, so we have 4 of them, which is 60, plus the one at the bottom, which is 16, comes to a total of 76 centimeters squared. Okay. Now that we have that in place, the next thing is, let's suppose I give you a pyramid. I might want to draw one now quickly. So let's say I got a square base pyramid over here. All right, so there's my square, and it's going all the way up for a certain point, like that. Now let's say this is a square base pyramid, which means that those 4 sides are equal, okay, and these lengths over here are also equal. I'm told that one of the sides of this is 6 centimeters, okay, and I'm also told another thing. I'm also told that the slant height, the height that runs across over here, okay, let's just suppose the slant height of this is given to me as 8 centimeters, okay, and it's 90 degrees towards the base. Can you calculate for me the surface area for this? Think about base area, think about lateral areas, think about area of a triangle as well. All right, let me begin. All right, I got a possible answer. 96 plus 36 equals 132 centimeters squared. 132 centimeters squared. If you got a similar answer, type agree or let me know. Awesome, let's go through this one now. So at the moment, we can see that the base area, BA, is a square. All right, so we got a square with all the sides are equal. If we want to work out the area of a square, and this is side and this is side, the area is going to be given by side squared, right? Now we know this is 6 and this is 6 over there, centimeters. So this is going to be 6 squared, which comes to 36 centimeters squared. And it'll be the area of the square base at the bottom. Okay. Now we also have a triangle and we have 4 of these. Okay, so we have 4 of these with a height of 8 and a base of 6 centimeters over there. Okay, so the area of a triangle is given by base height divided by 2. So that's 6 times 8 divided by 2, which is 3 times 8, which is 24 centimeters squared. And so the base is 36, because 6 times 6 is 36. All right, but we have 4 of these, okay? We have 4 of these, so we have to multiply this still by 4. So therefore, the surface area, I'm going to put it over here, is actually equal to 24 times 4 plus 36. That becomes 96 plus 36, which is 132. That takes us to the volume question now, which is the next one. Cool, glad you guys got that. So BA is your base area. You multiply it by the perpendicular height. Okay, it says perpendicular height. Okay, now basically for this one here, the perpendicular height is going to be, let's just say the perpendicular height over here, I give you a value of 7.5. Okay, if you can be okay with that, let's say I round it up to just the nearest 0.5. So this perpendicular height is given as 7.5 centimeters. Okay, rounded. Let's make it 7.4. Exactly 7.4 is the height of this. Now you know you have the height. Okay, you have the base area, which you've calculated. So you multiply those two, and then you also multiply it by 1 over 3. Okay, so go ahead and see if you can get me the volume where the perpendicular height, that perpendicular height there is 7.4. 7.4. All right, thank you. All right, guys, thank you very much for that. Let's go through it now. So the first thing we need here is we need the base area BA, right? So we know what BA is. It's the same, right? 36 centimeters squared. And then we need the height, all right? The height is 7.4 centimeters. And then lastly, to calculate the volume, we take those two numbers, so BA times height, but we multiply it by the special number 1 over 3. That comes to 36 times 7.4 times 1 over 3. Let's put that on a calculator. You got 36 times 7.4 times 1 over 3. That's 88.8. 88.8 centimeters cubed. Well done if you tried and if you got close to the answer. Let me know if you got a different answer and if you got it in a certain way. If you want to let me know how you got it. All right. If you understand this, type U.